Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back to Showbiz Sisters. Here we are on another fine, beautiful day.
Loving this summery weather.
Mm-hmm.
And
I am still wearing my fur coat, but...
Absolutely, as you should, because obviously sweating as profusely as you do on a hot day with a fur coat releases so many gorgeous toxins from your body.
Yeah, I don't need to go to hot yoga.
No.
So we are buzzing, I think. I rarely say that, do I? Because I am supremely negative.
And afraid of bees.
But I do love honey.
Because it's sweet.
Yeah, I do.
And
I'm not afraid of
your
honey.
Sweet tooth.
I do have a sweet tooth. Fuck off.
I'm one of those girls that just like savoury things.
Oh, really? Cheese straws.
Sweet stuff, not for me.
When I see parents
yucky,
going
yucky,
to pick
yucky.
up with just boxes of rice cakes and oat cakes and cheese straws as I'm shoving M&Ms down my kid's throat, I do get the stares from them. And I think my kids are happy.
Yeah. A cheese straw parent is a smug parent.
Also, cheese straw. Cheesy.
Cheesy much? What, enough cheese in that?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, at least my M&Ms, they're not vegan, but they're closer to being vegan than cheese.
Yeah, and cheese is from cows.
Exactly. As is chocolate, but that doesn't matter.
No, get
when
over
are they
it.
going to do vegan M&Ms? That's a topic for another day. I think we aren't going to get distracted right now.
No, and I know that this is something that you could really talk about for hours and hours and hours.
I could talk about peanut M&Ms. I think I'm going to have to write my next novel about peanut M&Ms.
Of course.
And, an ode to peanut M&Ms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it could be, I think that could be a long-running series, actually.
so.
And almost an erotic thriller, really. Because, you've always found that green M&M particularly sensual.
Well, to be honest, there is nothing that turns me on more than seeing a slightly ripped open bag of peanut M&Ms.
I know. I don't want to walk into a room if you've got an open bag of peanut M&Ms in there. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to be traumatized for life.
Well, it might as well be a do not disturb sign.
Yeah. If I can smell the peanuts coming from outside of the door, I know do not enter for a couple of hours at least, because that's how long it takes you to climax.
Well, maybe part of the novel will be me basically trying to prove that peanut M&Ms are a certified aphrodisiac.
I would back you in that research. Yeah. And I think that the funding potentially for that research could come from one of our newest and most exciting developments in our career, which is
the BFI.
The BFI Film Fund would be thrilled to fund that. But no, Bessie, come on, screw your head on, please. Screw your head on. Get your head out of the clouds.
I'm just now thinking about peanut
Stop
M&Ms.
fantasizing about the green M&M lady. I know. And the funny thing is with you, because you are super, super straight, I would say.
What?
In terms of, your sexuality. But when it comes to the green M&M lady, a raging lesbian, which is what's so fascinating about you.
Stop!
Whereas I've always been a bit more pan, give me a bit of that. I'll play around with anything.
Right.
Honestly, as long as it gives me compliments and attention. That's what I'm all about.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
No.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
So, no, what I was talking about, Bessie, get your head out of the clouds.
Sorry.
Please, clock in for the shift. Thank you. It's about our book.
A book. We have a 7-book deal we can announce today.
So exciting.
With Penguin.
And for ultimately the age group that we are most suited to, that everyone knows we have a lot of advice and a lot of respectability and a lot of knowledge, this is going to be a children's book for the tween category.
Mm-hmm. Because ultimately, even though I am now, getting on, I identify as a tween, and that's okay.
Yeah. We dress like tweens, we think like tweens.
I am a tween.
And we like saying the word tween.
I think I am as emotionally, my emotional level is a tween.
Yeah, it stopped when you stopped being a tween.
Exactly.
And that's where you should have stayed.
I should have. I'm a perfect tween.
Yeah.
If I could be a tween right now with this body. No, that's fucked up.
No,
I mean,
that's kind of weird, isn't it?
I mean head.
Yeah.
My head.
Yeah.
If I could have the brain as you know what I mean? I don't know what I'm saying. Let's cut that. So, our series of books for the tweens, we have got a Hollywood A-lister involved.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Let's talk about the concept. Okay, so say there's a world where there's a little girl and she is mighty bright. Wouldn't you say, Bessie?
What does she love more than anything?
Books.
She's a little bookworm.
She's a bookworm. And she isn't particularly well regarded by her family, by her parents.
All she has to do every day is stay in waiting for the packages.
Yeah, they didn't even send her to school.
No.
because they were too lazy, because the father's a crook and he works for a car shop dealership, and he's all schemy and he sets the miles back. And this little girl, they don't realise how clever she is.
No, and she even can move things.
With her brain.
With her brain.
She has what's called kinetic magic.
Can you imagine a story as creative and unique as that?
I mean, incredible. She ends up going to this crazy old school where there's a battle axe of a headmistress.
Who's quite sexy, but
masculine,
scary.
And masculine. And
who used to be, what was her sport?
Shot put.
Shot put.
And she basically gets into a whole bunch of adventures and misdeeds, makes friends with a lovely, sweet teacher who turns out is the stepdaughter of the headmistress.
Called Miss Honey.
Yeah, we thought of that.
We thought of that ourselves.
Because like we were just saying, because you love honey.
I do love honey.
Because you've got a sweet tooth.
And I am, obsessed with shot put. And I thought, I've got to have that in there somehow.
And if there's one person that's the queen of top buns, who is it? Bessie Cube.
Thank you.
We're thinking that the headmistress has a sort of top bun and a sort of masculine energy, a bit like Bessie.
Yeah.
And sort of quite broad shoulders like Bessie.
Yeah.
Stocky build.
Yeah.
Stocky build. Very much inspired by Bessie.
Yeah.
And could be played by a man.
Definitely. Absolutely.
Such as Bessie. Yes. And then it all ends with a sort of a bit of fun hijinks, and we wrap up our story, and our lead character, she's adopted by the lovely teacher, and it's a big, happy ending. You think? No. Because it turns out, despite us having completely come up with that story ourselves and it being a fully fucking original idea, there's already a bit of a similar story out there. Some boring story called Matilda, where the girl just is happy in the end. And I'm sorry, who's the real hero of this story?
The dad.
The dad!
Hello, the dad.
The dad, Mr. Wormwood, the cool car guy. I mean, everybody...
The good man.
The good man, the humble father with an annoying brat of a daughter. I wouldn't put up with that shit for a second, let me tell you that right now.
They chose the wrong hero.
They chose the wrong hero, as they oft do, Bessie.
So what we decided, if we can't do that, we're going to do something different.
Yeah.
Because we have to.
It's because apparently there's a copyright issue.
Yeah.
And apparently our original story... is too similar.
We thought of it on our own.
Incredible. These people have no imagination. They don't realise the story can be told in multiple ways. But we're going to have a smash hit success with this, because I think everybody's been waiting for the dad's perspective.
Absolutely.
What are his inner thoughts and demons? What makes his beard tickle?
Yeah. What are his likes and dislikes?
Yeah. And
what's his star sign?
Yeah. What do you think it is?
Well, I think my instinct is to immediately go with Sagittarius.
Really?
Yeah,
That's exactly what I thought too.
Really?
That's what I thought too. With a rising Cancer sign.
Oh, yeah. Because he's affable.
He's affable and he's a bit emotional.
Yeah.
And I think that he's got a vulnerable side.
And Sagittarius are usually the best performers. And his performance, in general, is just you just want to watch him. He's enchanting.
Now, we have been in talks with a bit of a sort of long-time celebrity crush of ours. We've been pen pals for a few years now.
We flew him over.
We decided to reach out and get him over, to get him on board with this idea. And he is, let me tell you, chomping at the bit.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito.
He's salivating over this prospect.
It's incredibly exciting. His enthusiasm for the project is it's beyond anything that I've ever seen.
Well, it's because he's really getting his hands dirty.
Yeah, and I think he's saying, well, thank God somebody's telling this story from his perspective.
Yeah.
Thank God.
So what we thought we would do, so obviously we want to do all the illustrations, artwork ourselves.
Yes.
What we thought would be a good, easing us into the creative process with Danny is to do some life drawing.
Yeah. And we all know that he is a man with a remarkable figure and body. It's a work of art itself. You don't need to make it into art for it to be art. It is art already.
Stunning. It's beautiful. And so what we've done is he has been naked. We won't share those images.
Because that's intimate, that's private, that's for our personal collection of items.
Yeah.
But I think the knowledge that we have been naked all together, really, because we all got naked too.
It's not fair for him to just be naked.
And the thing is,
the life drawing classes where it's just the life model that's naked, that's fucked up.
Power dynamics. Come on, guys. You all need to be naked.
That's not okay.
It's not okay. Okay, we're living in 2023. Okay, get with the program. Everybody has to be naked in the life drawing class.
I went to a life drawing class a few years ago, and the life model was shivering on a little towel, crying and shaking, and we were all just drawing her.
Yeah, laughing it up. What, like big, disgusting, greedy pigs eating up her nakedness.
Like as if we aren't ever naked too.
No, don't be ashamed of it. I bet everyone's a bit naked every day. And you know what? You're naked right now underneath your clothes. Think about that. But that shifts your perspective a little bit. Come on, open your mind. So, we were naked as the day we were born with Danny DeVito. And it wasn't just a sensual experience, which it was deeply on a profound level. But I felt a sense of like philosophical wonder. I don't know about you, Bessie. Because he is probably the most intelligent man I've ever met. The things he was saying to us, what he was teaching us.
Well, we got those flat pack easels.
Yes.
And we had no idea how to assemble an easel. And Danny just got down on his knees, got the screwdriver.
Naked, fully naked.
And just started assembling these easels for us.
He didn't even have to look at the instructions.
He just did it so quickly.
Because I think what's so incredible about him and what makes him such an interesting performer is those hands. He knows what to do with those hands. And we've always said that the hands are really the eyes of the body.
And hands are the most important parts of an actress's toolkit.
Yeah, her box.
You never ever don't stop thinking about what your hands are doing when you're acting.
Your hand should always be in shot. I think this is something, it's so fascinating to watch these amateur hours. Some of the performances that you see nowadays, and I'm seeing no hand in a shot. If I'm not seeing your hands, I'm not interested. You're not selling me on anything, because hands are the money makers. Like I said, eyes of the body. They're the eyes of the body. So I need to be seeing both your eyes and both of your hands at all times.
Absolutely. And that's why when you moisturize your face, you also spend a little time on your hands as well, because the hands will be on camera.
They're not just oven mitts.
No.
They're your portal to the world. They're your sense of touch. They're your sense of connection. Yeah. And Mr. DeVito had certainly worked that out. It was walking with one of the giants.
I also believe, as an actress, that when you have a character that you've really committed to and you feel like has seeped into your skin, the dialogue will just appear on your hands. Yeah. In like can you see how some of the dialogue there from my last job is just
I can see it.
It's like a tattoo.
I can see it.
Yeah. So you become your hands are the how the lines come out of you.
Yeah, they're almost the clit of the body, actually, apart from your other clit, because it's just like this intense, big sensation. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, are you gonna feel it or are you not gonna feel it?
Yeah.
And this was a man that knew how to use his hands.
Absolutely.
And
he got involved too. He was drawing us as we were drawing him.
Yeah.
It was a very collaborative experience.
Exactly.
And it was all for the dialogue at the end of the day.
And do you know what was also really enriching is that we burnt all of the pictures afterwards.
We didn't need
them because why do we need them? No. They're in my head. They're in here. Pristine.
They're on my hand.
They're drawn into my body. Like I can feel them in my bones. He carved on my bones.
Yeah.
And we had a sort of ceremonial fire pit around us, and we burnt the pictures and we sang songs. We spat. We all made a little cut on our hands.
We did dancing. We made it with our toes. We did the blood. We drawed hearts with our blood.
Exactly. And if you think the man's dexterous with his hands, wait till you can see what he does with his feet.
His toes.
The guy is a miracle.
Well, also, I didn't realise, not many people would know this about Danny, but for the last...
Go on, get it out. Don't be afraid. I know that you're filled up with energy right now and it's making you laugh and it's making you giggle and it's making you chuckle, but, tone it down.
Because, okay, fine. Well, the reason I'm laughing is because I'm still releasing what he did. Do you know what the last 10 years, Danny has been working as a chiropractor. Yeah. And he does those things. He actually makes a those TikToks you see of people like cracking. He has his own TikTok for that. Yeah. He cracked us.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. He cracked the whack out of my back. Yeah. And it was joyous. I was sobbing at one point. I actually started seeing sort of spirit animal creatures in the air above me. My spirit, obviously, is a giraffe, as you've known for a long time. As you can probably see from my spirit, is that my animal would be a giraffe with a long, elegant neck, like I have already. But I was seeing the giraffe galloping along the savannah, and it made me cry because I realised that's me. And that's me achieving my dreams. And he brought that out of me with cracking my back.
You just see it. Everything flashes, doesn't it, in that second?
And to have somebody of his stature, of his standing, of his respectability to back us and to say, you are visionaries. I'm going to be on board of this project. I'm going to be a part of your life now forever. I'm going to continue being your pen pal, but also your friend. It feels like getting a big warm hug from the universe.
Yeah, and we've been in development so many times for TV projects, film projects,
When have we not
dance projects over the years, and all the experiences have not been satisfactory. This is truly the most creative, fulfilling development experience I've ever had with Danny.
Yeah,
and it's because we all get, we know that our story is there.
Yeah,
and we want to.
And it's rock solid.
Yeah, and we just want to just live it all organically.
And so does he, and that's why he's moved in with you.
Yeah.
And that's why he's pretending to be the father to your children currently, and he's scaring the life out of them, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's great research for the role.
It's just perfect. And, they needed some discipline.
They did. I'm not afraid to say it.
No, they did need it. And, he doesn't believe in any screen time.
No.
And he has a quite strange diet, I would say. He's not exactly keto.
No.
But he isn't not keto.
No, it's sort of a raw meat diet, would you say? I feel like he drinks more goose fat than I've seen other people consume.
Yeah, he does like a goose fat. Quite a lot of goose fat.
Yeah, and he sort of makes it into a bit of a smoothie sort of
Well, you know how they do
milkshake.
those, you can have bullet coffee.
Yeah, like an MCT coffee.
Yeah, he just does goose fat.
Yeah, no coffee, but matcha, interestingly. Matcha.
And I will just
He's a big matcha head.
I will bring it back to peanut M&Ms. He does like a bag of peanut M&Ms, so that is something we enjoy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
In front of Succession.
Yeah, that's the only TV show he allows.
And he, like me, has watched every episode about 5 times, so...
It's because he's got taste.
Yeah.
And it's because he's one of us.
Yeah.
So that's incredibly exciting, and we're obviously going to keep you all looped in with the process of the book, Mr. Wormwood.
And one day we might, if we do another live drawing session with Danny, we might do a live stream.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, we might.
Wouldn't that be something? And it would be an incredibly spiritually healing process. Obviously, it's going to be very expensive for you to partake. But I think that it's something that we can all look forward to.
I think so. And so stay tuned for the 7-book deal.
Yeah.
And any news on Danny.
Yeah. How are your kids? Are they doing well?
They're doing good. It's quite a shift with Danny in the house.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But how is Horace after the accident?
Well, I know it's been a bit of a while since I've had an update on Horace, but as you all know, I think Horace is well into his 70s, in his late 70s. And yeah, he's got a rickety bone or two. Yeah. He's got Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which means his bones are actually made of a little bit of elastic.
Oh,
so that's why he's so good at breakdancing.
Right.
And what's the one with the dots? On the floor?
Twister?
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Undefeated.
Right.
But it also means that he doesn't have a lot of stabilising structure to his body. And it's partly because of his age, but it's just partly because of his elastic bones, really. So we were walking along the street and one of those very slow moving recycling van bins opened one of its doors quite suddenly. And it didn't hit him, but the impact that it created on the wind...
Just being near.
And just being near it actually broke one of Horace's ankles.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And so he's been bedbound. But
I think
it's
those
been
ankle
lovely.
boots, the boots you have to wear when you've got an broken ankle, I think they look lovely.
Oh, I've been borrowing it consistently. Yeah. I really have.
Because your toes can come out.
It's a fashion statement. It's a peep toe.
And I think
it's a bit cheeky.
Like the walk that it gives you is quite sexy.
And it says, hello, look at me, world. I'm not afraid to be dangerous. And do you know what? I get injured sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think that there's nothing more rock and roll than that. So it has made me more attracted than ever to Horace, which is fantastic.
Well, you don't need those peanut M&Ms, do you?
I certainly don't.
Oh, lovely.
And, he can't get up the stairs, which means that he has to be in the same room as me.
Oh, I thought you had to carry him.
No. I have attempted it, but he's very fidgety. So it's been lovely because...
And it's quite emasculating.
It's emasculating for a man to be carried by a woman, even though I could do it easily with my eyes closed because I'm incredibly strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just been bedbound downstairs, which has been lovely. I've been sort of waiting on him, and he's been wearing his sleeping mask all day. It's like he's just sort of not wanting to look at anything, not wanting to engage. But I know I'm chipping away. I know I'm chipping away at something. I feel like he might have dementia.
Oh, okay.
Because sometimes he doesn't remember my name.
Nice. Okay. Well, we can explore that.
Yeah.
We can explore that next time.
Yeah.
I think one of my children just arrived downstairs.
Oh, that's exciting.
For their lunchtime breastfeed.
Oh.
So I think it's time to go. But thank you very much for listening. Keep updated on our books. Subscribe, love, and like.
Yeah. And just live.
Be. And joyfulness.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.